Baseball has its fair share of egos, but every once in a while, a star emerges who stays grounded no matter how many home runs they hit or Cy Youngs they collect. These players let their game do the talking, kept their humility intact, and earned respect for being as down-to-earth as they were talented. Whether they were clubhouse leaders, quiet workers, or guys who always made time for fans, this list is complete of players who proved you can be a superstar without acting like one. Here are 20 MLB stars who never let fame get to their head. They didn't call him the mayor for nothing. Casey was one of the friendliest players in baseball. Even opponents loved him, and his approachable attitude never wavered, no matter how many all-star games he made. Despite being one of the greatest pitchers of his generation, Kershaw has always stayed low-key. He's more about family, charity work, and crushing lineups than chasing headlines. Wright was the face of the Mets for a year, but never carried himself like a superstar. He was always gracious and classy, a leader who led by example. Votto has a quirky sense of humor but is incredibly humble and self-aware. He spent his entire career with the Reds, staying loyal and grounded through every up and down. Mr. Padre was a legend on the field and a gentleman off it. Gwynn never acted bigger than the game, even though he was. Wino could have coasted on his reputation late in his career, but he kept showing up and giving back. He always stayed humble, whether pitching or performing country music in the off-season. Ichiro's work ethic was unmatched, but never flashy about it. He let his bat, glove, and legs do the talking, keeping his ego entirely off the field. Messina had Hall of Fame numbers but never demanded the spotlight. He was the consummate professional, more focused on his next start than any praise. Konerko quietly became a Chicago legend by simply showing up and doing the job. He didn't chase fame or drama, wins or respect. Freeman's smile is as steady as his bat, and he's always been known as a teammate-first guy. Even after MVP honors, he kept the same grounded vibe he had as a rookie. Burrell threw a perfect game and multiple no-hitters, but you'd never hear him brag. He was the definition of a lunch pail pitcher, reliable, respected, and humble. Even as the heart of a controversial team, Altuve has consistently carried himself humbly. He's more about playing the game the right way than playing it loud. Ripken was the Iron Man, but he never let the record chase change who he was. He just kept showing up, clocking in, and doing what needed to be done. Yelich rose to stardom fast but never changed up on anyone. He stayed grounded, approachable, and focused on being a team player. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more humble superstar than Rivera. The greatest closer of all time always gave credit to his teammates. Pedroia played like his hair was on fire, but carried himself like a blue-collar grinder. He sometimes talked big games but backed it up without ever becoming arrogant. Betts is one of the most talented players in baseball and still manages to make everyone feel like he's just one of the guys. He's always smiling, always respectful, and never about the drama. Rizzo has battled adversity and stayed a fan favorite thanks to his personality and perspective. He's one of those guys who always makes time for fans and teammates. Posey was the steady force behind a dynasty and never once acted like a diva. He did his job, stayed composed, and became a beloved figure across the league. Read more, ranking the 15 best catchers in MLB history. Trout might be the best player of this generation, but he's also the least interested in the spotlight. He wants to play baseball, go home, and maybe catch an Eagles game, no ego in sight. Read more, 20 NFL superstars who never had a diva phase.